Hello, I am the real-life fake wizard. Cancel Disney Plus is trending. To someone like me, this is like Christmas has come early. I have no love for Disney or Disney Plus at all. I am the Cancel Disney Plus fake wizard. It's been my slogan for like a year now. So for people finally having a motivation to more or less stick it to Disney, I don't necessarily care what the reason is. Just that everyone cancels their subscriptions. There are a lot of details about Disney and their streaming business that most people have no idea about. Did you know that Disney Plus is a massive vulnerability in the Disney company armor? Because it is. So whether it's over the terrible management of legacy IPs that were once beloved, or you happen to be upset that Jimmy Kimmel got sacked, here are 5 good reasons why you should cancel Disney Plus. You know, back in 2019, Disney CEO Bob Iger published a book discussing all his greatest accomplishments. At the time, he was retiring from Disney and was allegedly getting ready to run for political office. But then the panda virus happened and Disney's future fell apart. To this very day, Disney's future is still on the rocks, having had an awful box office year in 2023, bouncing back in 24, but things have not been good once again here in 2025. Now, in this book, he reveals a lot. I'd say he actually revealed too much, probably way too much, because there were a lot of things he thought that would happen that never happened. Iger described that he believed the future of Disney was based in 3 things: making high-quality branded content, investing in new technology, and growing globally. And we can break down his choices over the years, and they really do all fit that criteria. All the franchise and company acquisitions, all the investments into foreign markets, and then, of course, talk about new technology. He wasn't talking about the parks per se. He's talking about Disney Plus, the ultimate new technology. And even in the book, he'd go on to say that building Disney Plus was part of his, more or less, endgame. Quote, "It would take some time before success would be measured in profits. First, it would be measured in subscribers. We wanted the service to be accessible to as many people as possible around the world, and we had settled on a price that was estimated would bring in somewhere between 60 and 90 million subscribers in the first 5 years." So that was the metric of success back in 2019. And that's not to say at all that this autobiography would be defined as fact or etched in stone. He also said Star Wars was supposed to get a movie every 2 years, like forever. And we haven't gotten a film in theaters in 5 years. Yub nub, am I right? But okay, Disney Plus is their final frontier. It's their golden goose. It's Disney's way of getting the one thing that's more important than your money: your time. Social media networks and video platform aggregates like Netflix and YouTube and Disney Plus thrive on the consumption of not just your subscription dollars, but your time and minutes watched. Why is that? Ads. It's for ads. And sure, Disney Plus didn't launch with ads, but that was always going to be where they went. Look, with any of these streaming platforms, there is only so many people who can sign up for the platform. And once the platform reaches a peak with subscribers, how else is the platform going to financially grow? This is a publicly traded company. You must continue to show financial growth. And that's where they start running advertisements. We actually learned about this years ago on Facebook. In 2018, Facebook hit a peak where they were all around the world, and then investors realized, oh, almost all the people on the planet who can join the platform are already on Facebook, or they're never going to join Facebook. Interesting. That means these online platforms have hit a limit for how many people that can join, and it's not like a gigabyte limit or server space. You could just run out of people on the planet. So you look at Disney Plus, and it's starting to see that subscriber growth is capping out, meaning they're starting to hit the plateau for how many people can join or even want to join the platform. It's a little different from Facebook, certainly. Facebook is free. Disney Plus is not. And Disney Plus doesn't exactly appeal to everyone, right? Even Netflix is more generalized for content than Disney Plus is. So that funnel for subscriber growth is already smaller when you're Disney Plus alone. We haven't even gotten to the Hulu and ESPN part of this discussion, but this is why we continue to see the price of Disney Plus increasing. Every 6 months, every 8 months, oh, the Disney price went up again. They're doing this for a few reasons. One, it's to make more money. Sure, obviously. But also two, it's to manipulate you to lower your subscription down to the ad tier. See, Disney has already admitted that the ad tier subscribers are worth more than non-ad tier subscribers. And when we look at their reporting after these years of increasing the price, 37% of all US users opt for the ad tier. And across the board, 30% of all global users opt for the ad tier. That's a good percentage of people, considering everyone was at 0% ads just 5 years ago. Something else to note, in a recent earnings call, Bob made the mistake of revealing that 60% of all new subscribers are ad tier users, meaning the price is so high that all the new folks coming in are settling for the advertisement version. And now I can reference that Disney also acquired Hulu and merged their library somewhat. That was a massive investment, but for users, it also increased the amount of subscription offerings to something like 8 countable package options for bundling D+ with something else. Now, I say all of this preliminary information to bridge to the first reason to cancel. And that is, obviously, to cut off their financial support. That's kind of a no-brainer, right? You pay them for this service. The first reason to cancel is to directly impact their wallets. Directly hit them hard by removing yourself from the funnel of users in their pipeline. We haven't even discussed the actual content yet. That's coming up. Let's be clear, and I'll say it again. This is a platform that keeps raising its prices to manipulate you to choose a cheaper option that wastes your time. Reason 2 is the never-ending price adjustments and the damn advertisements. Advertisements and commercials are the very thing we cut cable to get rid of. We moved to streamers to get away from all the crappy ads. They interrupt your programming, they're offensive to the senses, and they directly waste your time. How many times has an ad come on which is blaringly louder than the actual content itself? Now you may say, well, Wizard, I pay for premium. I don't have any ads. Okay. And how far are you willing to let them go with increasing the price before you do settle for an ad tier? $20? $25? Is there a price to your integrity? Yikes. On the premise alone that the price increases have no end in sight. Screw that. The programming is not even worth $16 today. And that quickly brings us into the third reason. Why would you care about negatively impacting their bottom line? Because the content is terrible. Now, I could go through each show and each release and explain how, with every series of Disney Plus content, all the value of each franchise diminishes. And by that, I mean, with every Star Wars show, the actual brand loses more and more of its value. With every Marvel show, the actual brand loses more and more of its value. Nearly every single original series Disney Plus releases, it cannot get to season 2 or especially 3 because the ratings are so poor and no one cares. But instead, let's look at them overall. Can we really say that the Obi-Wan show was good? Ahsoka sure as hell wasn't. WandaVision is a mystery box mess. Ms. Marvel? Come on. Secret Invasion. The entire show was intended to make Nick Fury look like an emasculated, pathetic cuck. How about Willow? What's Willow? Willow never happened. The quality of content is so bad that they've lost the ability to quantify a motivation for buyers to keep paying monthly prices. The best way to send a message about how upset you are with how awful their content is not by taking to social media. It's not through public boycotts and social movements. They don't really care about any of that. You know what they care about? A decline in users. Unsubscribers. We're talking about corporate executives here. Corporate executives don't care about what the content is. They don't care if it's good or bad. They're not the fans. They don't watch it. And in most cases, they don't even care if you watch it as long as it didn't cost a fortune to make. They care that you keep paying. The best way to send a message is to stop paying. And so, in a world where the Disney Plus show about space and time is awful, we've discussed the space. How about the time? Time to get through the shows, time between releases. Every piece of the Disney Plus experience is rooted in wasting your time. Disney Plus shows are structured in a way to take up just as many weeks to make sure there are at least 2 credit card charges in before the season ends. And then you have to wait many, many, many months or years even for any kind of new content. Ahsoka was basically confirmed in 2019, and then it was formally announced in 2020. It didn't release till 2023, and it was unsatisfying, ending on a mystery box after wasting 8 weeks of episodes where nothing happened, only to resolve by saying, you'll get the answers to these questions in Season 2. And Season 2 might come out in 2026, probably closer to 2027. We don't know yet, but that would be almost a decade in time. Time wasted. Are you supposed to stay subscribed to Disney Plus in that interim between seasons 1 and 2? Corporate Disney board certainly wants you to. Oh, there's plenty of other stuff to watch, is there? Can you really get through 8 episodes of Agatha All Along and feel like it didn't waste your time? I can't even bring myself to watch Skeleton Crew because I can't sacrifice another 8 hours for a Disney Plus show that I know will spend the first 6.5 episodes being boring, only for a big reveal to happen at the end of 6. 7 will be a flashback episode that changes nothing, and then 8 will end on another unsatisfying cliffhanger. And, oh, well, I mean, that was how The Acolyte went. Your time is very important. And wherein the shows aren't even that good from a writing standpoint, the episodes are structured in a way to waste your time, stretching ideas that wouldn't make good feature films into 8-week slogs that just eat up your clock. My friends, you're going to die. Stop wasting your precious time watching Disney Plus garbage. And before we get into reason number 5, I can hear many of you already in the comments. Well, I liked Andor, or Disney Plus has Bluey, or what about all the Hulu shows, or whatever. Look, if you're cool paying monthly for this, that's on you, kid. If you are someone who pays for Disney Plus, I don't think you should complain if you think the content is bad. You're funding it. Like, yeah, you may hate that Star Wars is crap now, or that Marvel is crap now, but you don't have any real right complaining about it because you're not willing to take action to fix it. Complacency in this world is not a good thing. If you yourself are fed up with how Disney thinks about its customers, that it more or less hates them, and you continue to pay for this service, you're contributing to the problem. That's a bit hypocritical. And I'm not saying this to be condescending or talk down to anyone. I think many of you need to hear this. Maybe it'll put things in a new perspective. In the real world, we complain all the time, right? We complain about work and family and our current situation and that we want things to be better, right? Do you take action to make some of those things better, or do you just complain? I complain all the damn time. Join me on a live stream. I bitch constantly. But my complaining is me talking through ideas because I'm looking for actionable solutions. Like, I want to solve problems, and my way of doing that is by speaking out loud. It's just my processing mechanism. The next time you find yourself complaining, ask yourself why. Are you looking for solutions, or do you just want to complain? The fifth and most important reason to cancel your Disney Plus membership is a culmination of all these reasons, but isolating a direct message to Bob Iger, the board of directors, the story groups, the managers, the marketing executives, the journalists, the access media outlets, the shills, the normies, Hasbro, and everyone else in between. That you want to see Disney fail. Now, lots of people can't handle a negative idea like that, or my phrasing, or even the thought of Disney failing, but let's look back on that Bob Iger book. He admits that Disney Plus is his endgame. They're paying billions of dollars for content and hosting and upkeep, and over the last decade or so, they've made it a practice to insult, belittle, and borderline extort their customers. The company is not morally good, even though they pretend to be. They tell their loyal fans and loyal customers that they're not welcome anymore because of their identities, beliefs, or what they look and sound like. Corporate managers and directors are on record saying heinous, offensive, racist, and discriminatory things about employees and customers customers. This company doesn't like you. You may love them. You may go to Disney World every single year. They do not care. And they've admitted that Disney Plus is their final frontier, their big kahuna, thinking they are too big to fail. And after all of this, after all the awful things they've done, after all the atrocities they've committed to franchises that define generations, after the gaslighting and ostracizing they've done to passionate and loyal supporters, I want nothing more than to see them collapse under the pressure of their hubris. I am no fan of megacorporations. I'm even less a fan of megacorporations that try to tell people what to think and how to feel. Disney has done just that and more. They own the news media. They own all the largest entertainment companies, which means they control or flex on the movie theaters, Hollywood, and television shows. They own the sports broadcasting. They own the vacation destinations. But it doesn't matter if you stop watching ABC. It doesn't matter if you don't go to the theater or don't watch ESPN. It doesn't even matter if you don't shop on the Disney Store website. I said before, they revealed too much. And it's like watching an enemy reveal their blueprint plan. If Disney Plus is what they've sunk billions upon billions of dollars into, and it's their endgame, then that's how you cripple them. You want to force Disney into submission? You want them to start listening to customers again? You want them to start making good stuff again? Do you want consumers to wrestle back control of the free market? You cripple them at the weakest point. Cancel Disney Plus, and they will eventually come crawling back. If you share similar sentiments to me, if you're tired of megacorporations taking advantage of us, if you're tired of elitist corporate fat cats living in their penthouses and speaking down to you like you're a mindless drone, if you have a calling to do something about it, do something about it. And this one's easy. You don't take up picket signs or protest. You don't even need to talk about it on social media. You just stop being a mindless consumer and you reject the system that they want us all hooked into. Wake up. Take back control. Until next time, create, innovate, inspire, and for the love of God, cancel Disney Plus. Thanks.